Well, we are hurtling towards the end of 2022. I think the years definitely do pass more quickly as time goes on, but I reckon this has been an extra speedy one. I am Dani Valent, host of Dirty Linen and the producers, and I'm here with the whole Deep in the Weeds team, which is so exciting. Welcome, Anthony Huckster.
Hello.
And John Sussman.
Howdy.
And Shanteh Whale.
What's up?
It is very exciting to be in a room with you, and what a room it is. We are back in the barbershop at the back of Red Lantern. I love this room. It's very atmospheric. I do feel like I'm in a bit of a man cave, so thank you for letting us in here, Mark Jensen.
Such a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, it's quite a thrill. I feel like the walls are soaked with the secrets of men. But I don't need to know. Yeah. I don't want to know what they are at all. We're here to look forward to 2023. It sounds like it's going to be a big year. So let's just talk about what we reckon is going to happen and what we wish was going to happen, because they could be quite different things. Let's start with you, Mark. Like, you're at the coalface here at Red Lantern. What do you wish was going to happen, and what do you think is actually going to happen?
Well, I think 2023 is going to be an awesome year, and I'm really looking forward to turning this house of creativity upside down and back to front. So I'd love to really fire up the barbershop, but also I feel really confident that we'll manage to get lots of staff in-house, especially in the kitchen, to really fire the restaurant and propel that forward as well.
Amazing. So your predictions and hopes are the same. They're aligned.
Pretty much they're aligned.
I mean, that is optimism. I love it.
Yeah, I've got to do it.
I believe in it.
You have to believe.
Yeah.
You have to sell the story to yourself, right?
It's so true, because, I mean, I guess, part of hospitality and staffing, it is selling the story, isn't it? It is getting people excited about what you're doing. So, yeah, I believe in your story as well.
Thank you.
What about you, Huck?
Well, I've been consulting on this huge sort of market project in Canberra for a period of time, and talking to food providors and restaurateurs and everything nationally. And the one thing that I've noticed at the tail end of this year is, that running fast to Christmas, but an optimism and kind of feeling like we're letting go of something. And I feel like next year, there'll probably be a few hurdles, but I feel like next year will sort it out a little bit, that there's kind of this optimism. I mean, Mark just oozed it then, like that'll bring that positive energy into it, and I think there'll be more opportunities, and I think next year is going to be really good, for getting hospitality back on track, but for all of us. I think all of us are kind of letting go, and, in taking inspiration from Mark, that's sort of what I would like to see happen. Like, I've been hurtling fast towards, very, very busy towards Christmas this year with too many projects, but just remembering to breathe. Like, what I really want to do next year is find space so that when I do things, I put everything into them, and I think I'll have a better result. And I think generally people are sort of feeling that way, and hopefully people remember to breathe and catch their breath and then put everything into whatever they are doing, and there'll be better outcomes across the board.
Yeah, and then to be able to take stock and celebrate those achievements along the way as well.
Absolutely.
When you're not just like ticking something off the list and rushing to the next.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to manage, but I think if you can try and make it happen, I think it's vital.
Well, I hope that your hope is on track and we realise was a successful prediction or something like that. John Sussman, host of the incredible Fishtails podcast, what do you reckon?
What do I reckon about 23? What do I hope for? I hope to see maybe the slowing down. Like, at the moment, everything seems to be over-revving. The whole caviar on chicken wing thing and all that sort of stuff, I think is sort of reflective of the over-revving nature of things. I think we're going to see things soften. There's no question about it. Interest rates, a lot of the stripy shirt and cufflink boys from the city just won't have the money to drink large format bottles of Burgundy on a Tuesday night. That's going to be a reality. So I think that with that will come some stability back into the market. And my prediction is there's going to be a renaissance of appreciation for how special wild Australian fish is, and we're going to see more chefs become more comfortable with using more different species across their menus. Yeah.
Bring that on.
Yeah, and diners are going to be adventurous, and they will welcome that as well.
Yeah, with great wait staff tableside telling them and informing them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Please.
A wonderful ecosystem. Shanteh Whale, host of the incredible Over a Glass podcast. What do you reckon?
I'm hoping and wishing for more sleep. I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Not going to happen. You've had a child. Sorry, it's over.
Damn
See you in 20 years.
So I keep hearing. But I hope that, we are a little bit more thoughtful about and grateful for what we have in Australia, like you said. And so maybe, perhaps visiting your grocery store where you've got one-stop shop. Maybe we're thinking a little bit more about how we support our local communities and keep them afloat. I think we're going to see a lot more of attention on alternate varieties in wine and people getting a little bit more, empowered to kind of try something rather than just the norm. So I think we'll see a lot more kind of interesting varieties come out and people drinking different cocktails, different gins. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a new year of people feeling more confident and making informed decisions.
Yeah, I love that.
Dani, no one has their finger on the pulse more than you in this country in regards to food. I'm very much looking forward to this prediction and expectation.
So much pressure, and I'm sure that's not true, but I do love exploring the food industry and find it endlessly interesting. What do I reckon? I don't know. I think something that really struck me in 2022 was how the food world is quite siloed. So I think there are, producers quite separate from consumers. People, like I was on a panel recently talking nutritionists, and they were speaking of themselves as the food world, and I was like, I thought we were the food world. I thought hospitality was the food world, and then there's food journalism. So what I would like to see is more connections between all those different silos that deal with getting food onto plates and nourishing a community. So I would like to see sort of a more thoughtful more thought going into how we can connect those worlds. And just, I suppose what I also predict is people, I think we've had a consciousness raising around supply chains and around, that we don't always have things on the shelves 24/7. So I think there will continue to be a sort of an appreciation of what that might mean, whether it's using a different ingredient, perhaps being less abstract in meal planning in the home, where it's more like going to markets and being driven by what you can actually find there rather than heading off with a shopping list that's, etched in stone. So, I think if that sensibility could be then expanded to the restaurant world, where people are more adventurous with menus and they don't just need the pork belly and the kingfish and the whatever it is, then I think that would be really excellent. So overall, I think it is going to be a great year. I think 2022 has been just like a super speedy, crazy race. I'm not sure where we think we've been heading, but apparently to 2023. Lastly, I reckon it would be great just to talk about the podcasts that we all do and about the Deep in the Weeds network. Anthony, what are you sort of hoping and seeing for in podcast land?
Well, first of all, it's been staggering, what we've managed to build with all of you guys, and the efforts that you guys do is extraordinary. Like, we've just tapped into something that I think didn't exist, and, you guys have just been incredible, in the various podcasts. And I think that you'll see a few things from us next year. I'm a bit hesitant to give anything away, but there's a couple of things in the pipeline. And Rob's been busy working away in the background, and we've got the wheels turning on a couple of things that aren't just in your ears, so to speak.
Wow. Well, very intriguing for all of our listeners, no doubt. What do we say? Not watch this space, but listen to this space, and all will be revealed. But I wish each of you a wonderful 2023. It's been amazing to connect with you in all the different ways that we have. Thank you for gathering in person today to sing in the new year.
Amazing. Have a great new year, everyone. Hip hip.
Yeah. Great.